5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. Here we are, everybody. Happy Friday. We are somewhat past the hour of 10 o'clock on the East Coast of North America. It's a beautiful day here for anybody in the neighborhood, all 30 million of you or whatever. It's great. It's a little cool out, but I'm loving it. I am so tired of winter and all that slop. I love skiing and all that good snow time shit, but it's time for spring. It's almost time for summer. Actually, it's always time for summer if you live in New Jersey. Any rate, I hope you're having a great day. I have a great guest, great musical guest. I've got my usual cohorts here. I've got Sam. I've got Irish. I've got all kinds of fun stuff happening, and I hope you guys are just planning a killer day. Because, good morning, Susan. It's just such a glorious day, and you know, last weekend I have to say I apologize to everyone. I had to switch the show. I very rarely cancel a show that's live, and I apologize. I had the evil seafood flu stomach, which was no fun. Hit me Thursday at about 3 a.m. I'd had dinner that night kind of late, and it kept me in its grip, or in the grip of the toilet, the porcelain god that I prayed to relentlessly that weekend. Until Monday, I really couldn't eat. Like Sunday, I ate a little bit of soup, chicken soup. It stayed down. By Monday, I was starving, but my stomach hurt. I felt too shitty to eat. Tuesday came. It was finally gone. I ate like a barbarian. I felt it was awesome. And so here I am. The show's about to start. We've got to bring on my cohorts. Let's see what's going on in the world. It appears to me that the Russians are getting kind of pounded, despite their best efforts. I got to say this for the Ukrainians: there's some ballsy bastards, and I'm always kind of like to protect the little guy. You know, the Ukrainians have their issues; they've done bad things historically, but they're people like anywhere else, and you know, it's just awful watching what's going on. So I'm kind of enjoying watching them get their ass kicked and handed to them. Hopefully quite well. I hope it continues, what I'm trying to say. So let's see what we've got. We've got the beautiful Sam Rourke from Nashville and Kentucky, or Meth-tucky, as the case may be. How are you? You look gorgeous today. I know you've got big things happening today.
Oh, yeah. I'm like half ready for a million things today, but yeah, I'm here.
Well, good. I raised my coffee glass too. Mine's a little larger than yours, but that's a guy thing. We like it bigger the better, we think, you know. So, I know you've got lots of your other side of life going on, but you have any gig stuff going on this weekend at all? Are you going out?
I actually have just some private music stuff going on this weekend. I'm not playing anywhere out. I'm doing some work here around the studio, and then I'm playing a party on Saturday. So
excellent.
Tomorrow.
Well, excellent.
Oh, that's tomorrow. Holy.
That is tomorrow. And then we have Kinky Friedman coming on tomorrow, which is going to be exotic.
That's going to be amazing. That's going to be
that will be fun. I've been listening to Kinky, and then I listened to a bunch of his audio novels.
Yeah.
All I can say is whatever medication they give him, I need some of it. I don't know what it is, but the guy is just hysterically funny. He's got a great nature. How can you not love him? He's a friend of animals, big time. His family owns a ranch. Yeah. And they take in all these stray animals that are going to die because they're so old and crotchety and crippled up. And if how can you not love a guy like that? He's got, he puts his money where his mouth is. He's got enough money to survive. He's been in Django Unchained. He's got his 5 or 6 books out there that he's done. He's got albums, and he's just a unique character in American history, and that's why I dig having him on.
Yeah.
And but enough about that. Let's bring on our madman from Detroit, the one and only, the talented, the man with an empty coffee cup.
This is not okay.
This is not okay. Would you like a moment to refill your coffee?
No. If I drink any more coffee, I actually might explode.
Oh, you're turning into me with coffee, are you?
Well, this color doesn't come naturally, and not everybody can pull it off, but large amounts, copious amounts of coffee turn your blood pressure into this spiking mess, and it's
yeah. I mean, I can imagine. It's sort of like, that's like the most addictive drug I do these days is caffeine. I swear by it.
I'm not going to say it's the most addictive drug I do these days, but I tell you what, it's ranking in the top 3.
Absolutely.
I'm a alcoholic. I love caffeine.
Oh, that and chocolate. Just give me chocolate.
And let me tell you something. If you ever stop drinking, your craving for sugar will still be there, because it's like, I love nothing better than to go downtown and buy a $5 cupcake and stuff that sucker in my mouth, and it's just like
I've seen your cupcake episodes before. I mean, I'm just hoping that there's somebody that's capable of Heimliching it out of your gullet.
I have. That's what my girlfriend's for.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, Neil's eating cupcakes. Keep the Heimlich people on standby, because it's not pretty, folks. I've seen it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I had a donut seizure on one of the shows.
A donut seizure.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was around Christmas time. How would I describe it?
I'll let Irish is a donut seizure.
I want to sign up for it because it sounds like a lot of fun.
I want to get donut seized.
Yeah.
Actually, what you want to do is we all need to have a show here in New York together where we just run amok in the city, and we'll do the show, and we'll
and try not to go to jail. Cool.
Well,
we're bringing jail money, Sam, because listen,
we're bringing jail money.
I got a funny feeling when
up
this
north.
happened.
I have a genuine question because I'm curious. I know it stops in Kentucky. Well, actually, it stops at the border of Kentucky because we ain't got them. It's nice down here, but we have bail bondsmans down here. Do y'all have them?
Oh yeah.
I have one as a friend of mine.
We can go raise hell and eat cornbread all day.
Hell yeah!
Cornbread and pie eating contest.
Maybe we get a bunch of fans to meet us somewhere in New York, and we'll take over. I'll get us a party room.
I challenge you to a pie eating contest very soon.
I can eat the best pies out of all the pies.
I am a fat bastard. I can fuck some pie up.
Let me just tell you, I may be skinny, but I'm like that little fucker gnaws like 180 hot dogs down. You know, that Kobayashi, whatever his name is. You throw me in there. I've always been scrawny, and it's the drummer thing, man. When I used to play 12 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours a day, I would eat like more than anybody on the, they'd always be like, look at that skinny fucker, man. How the hell does he do that? Now I'm a fat bastard. I know how to do that.
It goes that way.
That's those,
most drummers are physically fit that I know. Right. I actually don't know. Both of you, of course, look at you, but most drummers that I know are just like y'all. I've never met an out of shape drummer, so I think that probably has something to do.
You do a 40-minute set. I tell you what, by the time you're done, your forearms are burning, your lungs are burning.
Absolutely.
Your calf muscles are this big around. It is a damn good workout.
And if you sing while you're doing it, let me just tell you something. You are banging some calories out because
your cardio is on point.
I mean, I've been doing it so long that I don't think about it. In fact, it would be awkward not to be either doing backups or singing. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever. We got a gig. What do you need?
Right.
But the energy, I used to eat it was routine for at least 20 years. Every gig, if we had dinner included, I'd have my damn steak, baked potato, and a salad. Pile that up with a fine order of blonde, 6 foot, longy giraffe neck. I was set, man. Neil was shitting in 12 neck. Yeah, I like the girls with the nice. Well, I like the long, lean women.
Remember the old school ones where they had the links to lengthen their neck.
And I love that. I love that.
Tradition was the long neck, and then I think it's Japanese. It's just smaller feet. And that shit was barbarous.
They bind the feet. They do all kinds of crazy shit to women around the world that I won't even get into.
And you don't have to. I mean, look, they come pretty. It's fine.
Look at that. Oh, the wrong way.
Thanks, guys.
We love you, Sammy. We really did.
What about like those neck stretcher things though? Because they have like those that they put on them, and then like in other cultures too, they even do like the lip stretching too.
Well, I've still thought that would be great.
Now with the ears.
All we got to do is go down to the Rock and Roll and see a bunch of punkers standing around. There's all these guys. They got the big plugs in their ears and plugs in their nose, probably a plug in their ass for all I know. But the bottom line is, it's weird. You know, every generation has the kids do some crazy shit that their parents go out of their fucking minds. And then old guys like me sit around and they go, oh, these kids, they're such fucks. They're just little assholes. But you know what? Most of the kids I know.
You were there. We were all there at one point. Man.
I was there.
And we have evolved to the crotchety old people that we are.
But you know what?
I think it's doomed to happen to everybody.
I don't want to hear a fucking thing. My generation ate Tide Pods.
Yes. That's true.
That's what my generation is left with. Like,
and look at it. They're on fucking
Tide Pods.
They don't only just eat them. They go on and they make what is that latest Twitter? Not Twitter. That's the latest shows. I'm an old bastard. TikTok. They go on TikTok and do the most absurd.
TikTok's fun though, man.
It is funny. It shows me though how far we've dumbed down the norm. If you go to the Museum of Natural History in the city. They got this wall called the Hall of Man, and it shows us evolving up from whatever species we used to be. Some guy will go, I know monkey. I'm like, shit, you got more genetics in common with a monkey, motherfucker. And, it'd be some big redneck guy. I related to no monkey. Well, what happened is the Hall of Evolution.
If you try to take science or evolution and explain it to anyone that's from where I'm from, you're the devil, man. Just know that.
Yeah.
Like,
you are fucking with the Bible.
In our biology class, I promise you, and in college, it's hilarious because I had to relearn all of it myself. But my biology teacher refused to teach us about Darwin. Period. We were not going to talk about it. It was not to be discussed. And this was a state-funded school. They just wouldn't talk about it.
Anything that somebody tells us we shouldn't read should be required reading, probably. It's just like with the news and stuff. When they say that they're going to fucking form a committee to figure out what's going on, all that means is they're going to get a bunch of people who are a bunch of old bastards sitting in a room. Well, I think we should do this. And ultimately what happens is they end up sending kids off to get wasted on the battlefield. I mean, again, I don't usually do politics, but I'll mention it for a few minutes because it's so omnipresent in today's society. I mean, and there's so many people who are extreme in their views on both sides, and both sides think they're not doing what they accuse the other side of doing relentlessly. They sit and do this back and forth and back and forth. And after a while, I'm like, in my whole lifetime, this is a question I'm going to ask anybody watching and anybody who's sitting here just talking. After the election's over, we've all in our life voted for people because we wanted things to be good. And I don't care whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. People want to do good things for their family. They think they're doing what's right for the other side. They mean well. The other side thinks they're doing right for their side. The problem is both parties then, it's set up that way because we don't meet on any substantive issues to get it done. We meet to, it's like the relentless back and forth. I mean, I can see why Democrats hated on Donald Trump. I can also see why Republicans are really dissatisfied with fucking Biden. I know people who are Democrats. So getting back to it, this is the question I was going to ask to bring it back to heel. Have you ever voted for a person that 4 or 8 years later, you thought, looking back and you thought, I voted for them and they just did every damn thing I wanted. They got it all done. They're so honorable and so good. The last president who balanced the budget was fucking Bill Clinton. Republicans hate him because he got a blowjob in the White House. Frankly, that's between him and his wife, and I don't give a shit. What can I say? I like Billy.
From my appearance aside, I'm very conservative. I am pretty much a middle of the road, but when it comes to politics, I'm pretty conservative. And I will tell you that the least of our fucking concerns should have been Bill getting his willy wet.
Yes.
He did a good job.
I almost think that he's a postcard.
As far as running the country, he did a great job. And right now we're at this point where it's sad that you can't even pick out a good president before him.
No, if you even say anything now, the orthodoxy in both parties just jump into your shit. I'm kind of a libertarian, but I'm a right-wing guy in that protect us, keep us safe, good money policy. As far as all the other shit, I have to say this, my Republican friends disagree with me, but fucking make a national health plan, period. They got to be on it, too. not this tiered system. Make it national. Make it so that politicians have the same shit. And make it good for everybody. Because if we can afford all the things, I used to buy it too. I used to be as a Republican to make the argument, well, we can free up choice and we can do this, and we can do all that. And I agree. That should have been done anyway, though. The fact that the laws were written by lobbyists. So that said, guys, we're moving on past our purview. That's all we'll talk about today about this type of thing. Oh, we got somebody who wants a foodie show. Good morning, Sam.
I'm game. For
yeah,
foodie
man.
shows, I'm game. Good morning, Susan, Pamela.
I like
everybody.
food.
Oh, I love food. So let's just take a little break here, and we'll be back in a minute. Thank you, everybody. It is like 10:19. The show started fashionably late, and we're going to be a little ahead of the curve. But Sammy's okay. She's beautiful.
Yeah,
Look at her.
all that don't come.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I have an interview at the governor's office this morning. I'm doing hot shit.
You're looking good. Remember that bag of envelopes I mailed you?
Yes.
Okay, just you know how to handle these things.
IBF.
It's on the lowdown.
IBF.
All 4 million of our viewers are now in privy to our little secret.
It's the Biff. The Biff O'Harris.
We're off. All right, I'm coming to reward them and to take it on, man. Little Leonard Cohen song.
I got a news.
What do you got going on? I see that look in your eye, man. What's happening?
I've been waiting on this for a while. I want to give a shout out to my new bandmates. Creating a Disturbance is now a thing. I have Mark J.K. on guitars, thrashing guitar. I have David Hudson on thumping bass. Revan McGee is going to be fronting the band with yours truly behind the kit once again after a very, very long layoff. We are excited for this project. I'm just stoked, man. I just want to give a shout out to these guys for getting this thing rolling.
Well, that's really excellent, man. I just love seeing people who have that dream or spark. I love watching kids do it. Getting back to what I said about all the kids earlier in the first segment about how people always gripe and moan about how bad they are. I have to tell you something. I know the kids I know in my family and my friends' kids, in as far as music business kids and offspring, they're all going to school for things like advanced degrees, lawyers, accountants, all this crap, which is great. We need it. They're all pretty on the ball fucking kids. And I'll tell you what, it's just something that's a conceit that old people have. We all get it. I get it. I do it too sometimes. I'll look at some kid acting the fool, and then I have to just remember, I'm 60 years old. I'm still acting the fool occasionally. I've learned enough from acting a little too much the fool how to carry myself much better now. And but it's great to see you have a band, knowing your past.
And dude, I tell you, it's I am freeing up time. I had a bit of a little bit of a health thing going on, and it's just priorities, man. I have.
Did that get? Is all good with that? Is all good?
They took it off,
right?
But here's the thing: there's things that I want to do, and every now and again, you get a quick, swift kick in your ass to remind you that tomorrow is not promised for any of us.
No,
and there are things that I want to come do with you guys. There's stuff that Sam and I have talked about that I am just absolutely going to make happen. I will make time for this. And, this band here is something that it's the end victory for me. It is the end victory of a very long, hard, arduous thing that I'm like, you know what? Finally, it's time to live.
Well, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, and I'm going to keep it short and brief, go back and look at the archives on YouTube. For my initial interview, you came on as a guest and became a co-host here, and I'm glad to have met you. And it's like your family now. And all I could say, you know,
I fucking love you guys, man. Seriously,
man,
you guys have our family.
For everybody watching, I just want to say, go back and watch the interview. It's live with me.
Amazing. It's an amazing
Irish.
interview. It's really good.
That's how we first met. So I don't want to say too much because I think if you watch it and then if you've watched the show since, you'll see how Irish kind of unfolded. I mean, after the first day I knew you, I think I have a pretty good bullshit detector. And the first time I met you, I didn't know what to expect. Of course, I had my preconceived notions that I thought about, but I keep, you know, I did. I'm like thinking to myself, well, maybe this guy will come over to my house and like make, you know, a lampshade out of my head or something. Who knows? And then I got you on the show, and even before show when we talked,
turns out I'm an idiot.
And it turns out he's just another lunatic. And for those of you who don't know,
craziest part too about criminals, like, I mean, I can speak as one because I am one. The craziest thing about criminals is most of them, if you get to know them, are exactly what you just said.
Listen, you know, some of the best people I know have been through the hardest times. I recently hired a young lady named Anna on my work crew, and she's going through a hard time. And you know, you could tell when I met her, she didn't know my story, of course. And she came on and she was just like, "Oh, I've got a ankle brace." I'm like, "Dude, we're felon friendly here." You know,
right?
Everybody I know, if you don't have at least a moderate criminal history of shenanigans, that I probably can't relate to you at all.
Well, you know, anything I've ever gotten in trouble for is just I can't say allegedly. About 30 years ago, I got a DUI. I was 10 foot tall and bulletproof. A couple of redneck chicks bouncing around, just acting like, you know, I was down south and acting crazy.
Girls go around the outside.
Let's just say this: I had an interesting week with the peeps, and what happened is the day of the gig. The day after, it was Saturday. On Friday at like 3:00 in the afternoon, the club owner, who was a guy named Brillo. Brillo is the kind of guy who weighs in somewhere between 350 and 450. Big old boy. Now the name he named Brillo.
Scrap right there.
He's a toe-headed bastard. Fucking red, crazy fro, crazy looking afro, and he wore overalls with no shirt. And I want to tell you something. This guy could pick you up and crush you like a can. And I remember he told me, he looked at me, he said, "Son, I put my bar on the line for you." He goes, "Like, you don't own any property here in Georgia, and you're going to get the gig now and play. You're not going to be driving drunk with two floozies in the car and acting like a lunatic." Well, I'll just say this. There's allegedly a lot of other things that night involved. It's like makes your nose scratch. It was an ugly episode, and anybody who goes through that even for a minute, there's some people who don't learn from it ever.
Nope.
But you got to have had a really awful life in existence where jail looks better than anything you could do with yourself. And I feel bad. There's a lot of people who get stuck in there just being dumbasses. I mean, there's a lot of in our society. If you look at the number of black kids compared to white kids who get tossed in the slammer for weed. Again, that falls into the crotchety white people going, "Well, look at those kids. They're smoking weed." I know every motherfucker I grew up with, and there's people in powerful positions.
Every one of their yuppie little shithead kids that they said would never do that shit.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, they're like, "Oh, no, it's stupid." It's
just like how old trust fund baby over here blew an entire 2 trust funds and learned to cook meth.
There you go.
He said I would never do it.
No,
but you know what?
Happen.
But you know what? Look where you are now.
Right.
And you learn from adversity. You grow from adversity. I mean, it can bury you.
Nothing like a good ass whipping to make you get on the straight and narrow. You know,
it could have been me. I mean, it was me, but it could have been anybody watching. It could have been any of your kids watching. So
I've seen people who are middle class and they're upper middle class. They're not rich. They have a nice home. They've tool income, a couple of kids. I've seen the most perfect families raise the most egregious children. And I know, man, I'm an evil stepchild, man. My stepfather thought, I was devil incarnate, and he beat the devil out of me until one day I told him it was time to stop, and I'll leave that for another episode. I'll just say this.
I'll tell you what, going back to that, it's the show. I mean, I've met so many great people, from Toby to Jules to Pam to I mean, Kim to, I mean, Susan, everybody here. It's a neat thing to have. It's a life I never thought I'd get, and let's live it, man.
I'm so happy, guys. We're gonna go to a break, and we're gonna bring on our guest. Memphis Gold is killer guitar player, and I know you're gonna love him. I was listening to his stuff last night and this morning, and he's a new friend for the show. I tell you what, I can just tell you, he's gonna be a regular because this gentleman he's just such a likable guy too. So for everybody watching, I'm gonna go ahead and cue up another break here. It is we're back on the clock. It's 10:29. So we're back. We're telling you, try an echo.
That was pretty good.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right. If we can only find the commercial overbed. Where the hell did that bloody commercial go? Oh no.
The spot. We need the spot.
Oh, that's
Hey there, it's Kevin Sorbo here, and you lucky people, you are live. You're live with Neve or Neve. I don't know. I can't say the dude's name. Anyway, you're on live with him, so I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good thing.
Hi, I'm trumpeter Greg Adams, and I'm live with Neve.
A Neve.
Hi.
A Neve?
Neve?
It's got to feel pretty good to get ribbed by Hercules, though. So
It does. As long as he doesn't kick my ass, I have a feeling my life expectancy would be pretty slim if old Kevin decided to kick me. That's when you advocate for a weapon in your head. Kevin's a big bastard, man. I wouldn't want him jumping on me. Yes. Sort of like you, Irish.
He wields a sword.
Yes.
I'm
serious.
That you really don't want to fight the guy that's actually wielding his sword.
What do you mean he wields a sword?
I do. I have a big ass stick, and what I do if somebody come in my house, I'm gonna get buck ass naked and chase them up the fucking street with my big old kanji pole. I have a bow staff.
I'm leaving that alone.
Let me just tell you something. The sheer sight
with fucking broadswords.
Listen.
I think that we should all go back to war that way. I mean, let's
an armed society is a
with the handkerchief hanging off of it and shit. At the end of the broadsword.
Go all Braveheart and shit, you know.
I will catch the blood of my enemies.
I think the problem with America is we can't drink the blood of our enemies from our skull anymore. Their skull, not ours.
Let's be honest about that. So back in the day, war was serious. Do you think Vladimir Putin, Zelensky, and Biden are all gonna lace up a sword and run at each other full tilt, going ah?
No,
I can't even. I'm sorry. I respect the office, but gosh, our poor president, he'd be running towards his handler saying, what's going on?
That's when war was serious. Now we're blowing people up with video games, and that's the problem.
Well, everything's just insane. So all I can tell everybody, love your family, take care of them, be good to other people, quit being an ass to everybody around you. If people don't like you, there's a reason. Stop it. We're all tired of it. Your kids are tired of it. Our old people, we're tired of it. Don't be an ass, man, or we're going to come out there and church you up and make you cut a fucking switch.
We can create a world full of music and a bunch of people having a good time and laughing and enjoying this freaking thing.
If people from the music business ran the fucking world, I guarantee you, our guest Memphis was in the military. He's in the Navy and served, thanking him for his service too.
Absolutely.
But there's lots of people in the music business who have, and I don't care if they're left wing or right wing. There's a lot of really smart people. We can't possibly do any wrong. Then what's going on right now? Period. It's just insane. So on that note, let's talk some rock and roll and have fun.
I love rock and roll and fun.
Yeah, our political shit is over, and let's bring on our guest. Our musical guest is a man you're gonna love, and here he is.
Hello, I can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Let's
no. Could you hear us at all?
I can't hear you for some reason.
Can you hear me? Nope.
You can't hear anybody. Since He can't hear me. I'm going to type him a note. Sam, send him a note. Tell him to log off and log back in, and we'll just keep this party going. That's all it is. His mute's mic's probably on his phone. Okay, we'll be right back, everybody. We're going to be right back. Hello. Can you hear me?
Send him a note.
I think that's a note. So we're gonna.
I'm sending him a message.
Okay.
All right, cool.
While we're doing that, I'm going to write a note too. Log out. I need to have these handy so I can just go like that.
Hang on, guys. I got to fix myself. I have like a half suit on right now because I refuse to wear my button up before this starts. So, like, my pants are riding down. Hang on.
All right. Oh,
we've got all kinds
that's got us all kind of things we're thinking about.
This morning, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Is it dapper? Is it dashing? You got the approval?
There we go.
All right, Sam.
All right. Our guest, as you can see, we've got him. He'll be logging out and logging back in.
All right.
And it's back to us. God, I hate it when that happens.
So, Sam, what do you got going on today? That's what I'm curious about. I want to hear what's happening.
Oh, so today I'm actually up for a state position as a college student. So there's a board of regents for every college. It basically every university, every community college has a school board that meets with the governor, and I'm running for student regent for the state of Tennessee. So when the General Assembly will meet every quarter, they go to vote on any bills that may be affecting higher education. I would be the elected official voting for the state of Tennessee. So it'll be my first elected position within the state. So pretty excited. Awesome. And I interview for it in 1 hour.
So how does that feel, like going from one end of the spectrum to the next?
Wild.
Yeah, I mean, I
crazy. I'm meeting with legislators privately next week. I'm spending the entire day at the state capitol, and that's weird. That's
right.
Pretty surreal.
Again, it just goes to where we were to where we can be. It's all about, hard work, dedication, thought processing, and saying, hey, you know what? I'm not happy with where I'm at. I'm going to move up. And there's no better example in my life than you. I'm proud of you, kid.
I appreciate it. It's been a really gratifying process too, just to like experience the change in my life, to go from being looked at as worthless, as not contributing to society, as never having a potential, to being somebody that people actually respect. And that's probably the most important thing to me, is that I've finally started earning people's respect back. And, coming from being a drug addict to being allowed in the state capitol with free reign, not being taken away in handcuffs, it's pretty wild.
There's still time for that. Don't worry.
Yeah, there's still time for that. But, my whole thing is to get in and lobby to make a difference. And I'm getting that opportunity. Like, this is where it starts. Like, this is the beginning of my career in law and politics. And it's really cool.
That's awesome. You're an amazing young lady. And we're glad to have you here. Always. You're just such a sweetheart. If anybody gives you any trouble, Irish and I we're taking off from 2 locations. They got problems. We show up.
Yeah, you end up in the White House. I'm like going to be right there.
Director of security, man. Keep this young lady safe.
If you can find a blazer to fit me, if not, I'm staying in my t-shirts. Because
I don't know if they make shoulders that wide in blazers. We probably have to have one custom stitched for you.
Yeah, we got to feed him too. He's expensive. He eats like a horse. He's a fucking Clydesdale, I tell you.
Looking like Ric Flair ate Ric Flair 5 times.
Woo!
Yeah.
Shout out to the man himself.
Yeah, he used to stumble around. I'm going to check and see. Let me ask you, Memphis, I see you in the monitor. We're about to bring you on. Can you hear us? You can't hear us? Hold on. We're bringing him on.
Do you have headphones?
Hey, Memphis.
My man. Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm excellent. Can you hear me perfectly and flawless and 3D sound?
Well, let me see. Test 1, 2. Another thing is, let me ask you a question. If a horse's front legs is doing 55 miles an hour, what's his back legs doing?
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Come on, man. Hauling ass.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
That this morning.
I really need a drum set here, like right around me strategically, so when people say shit, I can do circus drumming.
Yeah, let's get you a drum
Look,
set.
Sam's getting a canter up.
Kick everything just out of hand.
Oh man, look at Sam run! Run, Sam, run!
Well, I'm glad to be with you guys this morning, man. It's a privilege.
Jake's chasing Sam.
I have little legs though, so you know.
Oh, there we go. And
Little legs can haul ass when the bubblegum lights turn on.
Well, that's like me.
That's true. All I gotta do is outrun all yous.
Hey, well, guys. Hey, you know, I once dated a young lady. She was 6'9". I'm only 5'8", right?
Wow, man.
I used to suck her titties and kick on her shin bone.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. There I go, man. Get those ribs. I want them sweet and juicy, baby. Yeah.
All right, you're gonna
my kind of woman. Yeah, I told you that I like this guy. How I got to know him is our afternoon guest sent us I said, well, we had a cancellation, and I'm having a brain fart, which is really terrible. It's Levon. I'm sorry, Levi Byrd. Excuse me. And he's going to be on today. Another excellent guitar player. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just guys hang out for a little bit. I'm just going to ask them a couple of questions. I'm going to give you guys each a shot to come in and talk about what you think is important and what I haven't asked. Because look, man, I have the best and the brightest minds in the business. Thank you, God. So I got a great team here. Look at them all. They're like, look at him. What's he sucking up to us for? What's he doing? He's got ulterior motives. But, all right. So let's just do this. I will bring them back in a moment. Bye-bye. And let me get myself in. I know.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Remove. All right. Look at that. My cracked. When I talk the best and the brightest, I'm not including myself in this lineup.
That's
anyway.
Right.
But we all stand on giants, you know, on the shoulders of giants.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Guys, I'm just, man, this morning, I'm happy as a gay guy with a bag of dicks, man.
Oh, man, I love it. I'm happy with a sissy and boys cap.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going over to Michael Jackson's house to ride the Ferris wheel. Hi, Mikey. It's sad. Michael Jackson, I listened to some Michael over the weekend. I was sick, and I have a bunch of it, and I forgot how great some of those records are that him and Quincy did. They're an unbelievable guy, a tragic tale.
Right.
You know, it's one of those things that I still can't make up my mind for sure about whether he was just this innocent, childlike guy,
right,
or sinister character. I don't know, and I don't think.
Well, he's different, man. I mean, he was a different guy. He was different, you know.
I think he had a pretty hellish childhood. His father wasn't really a good guy, and you know, even watching it, like everybody, once he became the one, you know, his whole life, everybody. You think about it, everybody he had in his world wanted something from him. Yeah. Whether it was money or a house or
whatever. Yeah.
And you know, I'm sure there was resentments. And I have band members, former, who I'm not even related to, and we have resentments sometimes.
Right.
You know, I'm too old now to have resentments about anything. I figure it's just there's no reason to you know, be that kind of guy. It's just,
exactly.
You know, life's too easy to have to run around all scowling and angry, and if somebody fucks you over, well, it happens.
You know? Yeah, exactly.
No matter, you know, when we're young and naive, we think how it's just going to be like everybody's going to be nice,
right?
You know, you get up in your middle ages and you go, no, people sometimes are just son of a bitches, and you need to tell them to get them out of your life, folks. Get bad people. If you waste your life trying to change other people,
that's right.
You'll go crazy.
Exactly.
You'll never get them. So, anyway. Tell me how you got started in playing music.
Wow, man! I tell you, well, you know, as we all grew up, our parents have these kind of friends that they come over to your house, and you don't know right then that they're famous, and you don't know who they are. All you know is that your mother and father knew these people. Well, some of my father's friends were Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Oh my God! Lord
Utah Smith. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He did this song called Two Wings. He called it Two Wings.
Okay.
Also another old man named Reverend Robert Tim Wilkins.
I've heard of him.
I played in church with him on Sundays, and I didn't know, looking at this guy that Mick Jagger and all those guys had recorded some of his music and made millions. You know what I'm saying? But as a boy growing up, I never knew this until I got into around my late 20s. I said, "Wow, I know all these people," And so finally, I started. But I got a long story, man. So it would take me.
Take your time.
But I went in the military. As a young man, I had just turned 18, and of course, my father didn't speak to me for 2 years because when I volunteered to go in the military, and Vietnam was right there. It was 74, and I caught about the last 10 months of Vietnam in Vietnam. My first 10 months. And
what year was that?
That was like 74. I got there in early 74 and stayed there till almost 75, and then I left and went to Athens, Greece, and what
a great base! What a good post.
Yeah. But anyway, I ended up
pretty Greek ladies.
Oh yeah. Picans, I think we like I'm the only black Greek I know.
I love it, man. Opa, Morozov. Let's dance. Hey, I can dance anywhere. Exactly. You might not want to dance with me though, because I tend to have. It's amazing being a drummer and having good sense of rhythm and timing and singing while doing it.
Exactly.
But get me on the dance floor. I spent my whole life sitting behind a drum kit, entertaining people.
Right.
As far as learning to dance, my 2 ex-wives will both tell you, not worth doing. My last girlfriend will tell you it's not worth the effort. And my present girlfriend, she'll dance with me, but she knows she's like dancing with a scared kid. I don't know if this guy's gonna stomp on my foot next.
I got some toe tails myself, man. I'll tell you, I've stepped on some toes out there on the dance floor. But man, like I say, all this music thing came along kind of growing up. You know what I'm saying? Because I was playing in the church, of course. I used to play all them old. Grew up in a Pentecostal church. Bless that wonderful name of Jesus. Bless that check. I would make them shout all night, And
oh man, people don't realize you play those tunes, those old spirituals at a gig. It's the same.
It's the same.
The blues came out of that gospel tradition and a lot of other traditions of music.
Exactly.
It's and then the migration for people who don't are aware of it, but I know we do. That migration out of the South after the war, everybody heading up to Chicago.
Exactly.
And then the people, some of them went to New York, some of them went to Chicago, the Memphis sound. And it's like barbecue. If you know your barbecue, man, you know where you know the different flavors and what it's like. The only barbecue I don't really care for is the North Carolina style where they use the vinegar. I know.
You both, man. I'm serious. I can't.
It's the only kind of barbecue that it just chopped up. I don't like the texture of it, and the sauce don't do it. Give me some Memphis or Texas or Florida or Georgia, South Carolina, but not that vinegar sauce. I've driven between Florida and New York so many times, and I've stopped. And I forgot. I'd been up here for 5 years without a trip south. And on the way down, I stopped at a great barbecue spot. I went in and ate it, and it was good, but it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted some beef that was sliced beef barbecue. I wanted some ribs covered in some good sauce. And, even in Tampa, a friend of mine used to take me to a place. I'm trying to remember what the name of it was. Mm-hmm. It was a black barbecue place down in the hood.
Oh, right.
In this hood, in Tampa back then, there was dirt streets still. And my friend and I are as white as you can get. And he drives me over. He goes, we're going to go to this barbecue joint. And you're going to freak out how good it is. It's this little cinder block building, barbecue, like a screen room over it. Big black lady up front. When I walked in there, it was like having an experience. It's like going to a black church the first time.
Yeah, I already know.
We walked in, and I hear her going, "Bring me some more butts." She's got a cleaver the size of my head.
Coming up,
she's cutting up sandwiches like you could not believe. This woman was making sandwiches, slinging them out the door. And I still, when I get down there, if I'm in near Hillsborough Avenue, I'll go next time I'm in Tampa because it's cheap too. It's not New York barbecue.
Yeah, well, you can't stop it. You can't eat any good barbecue at big Corky type places. I mean, Corky's got this barbecue, but some of those little shit house, places, man, that you see, they got the best barbecue menu you would ever taste in your whole entire life.
Yes, and it's something that I call it yuppie barbecue. Here in New York, you can go out to a barbecue place, and you can spend $50 a head on barbecue, and there's something wrong with that.
I should say the old chop you there.
I've said it before. If I could get a guy who really is the rib master to come up here, I had a friend in Florida who did that. Black Cat, who had his own fucking slab thing, a big smoker.
I'm your man.
Man, he would pull up and he'd make $1,000 a day. He'd sell out every bit of barbecue, cornbread, barbecue, cornbread, beans, rice, and it was just like
coleslaw. Oh man, great!
Oh man, the best. I'd stop at home on the way on Fridays and pick up my barbecue for the weekend for the kids and I, and we, and it was good. And anyway, but getting back to you, when you first started playing professionally, did you find did you have your church going people get upset with you, or did they dig the blues tradition?
My whole family, man, are all sanctified. Everybody I know is all sanctified, filled with the precious Holy Ghost, and they speak in tongues of others. Right. And but no, blues in my household was a taboo, man. I mean, I felt like when my dad probably played blues or listened to blues before he got saved, but once he got saved, boy, we don't listen.
Oh man,
no blues in this house. You know what I mean?
Wow, man. It's so different. A lot of white kids have no idea how different it is growing up in the black community.
Oh my God! Because I went to church sometimes, man. 5 days a week. I mean, I would go just religiously to church. I would literally be sleeping class all day from the night before in school. You know what I'm saying? From being up at church all night. So man, you're right. You're absolutely right. That church thing it's ingrained.
I had a lady who was a customer of mine, a black lady, and my friend and I, we were kind of partners in this little called it auto farm. We sold the cars and farm implements and whatever we could get and make a buck on. Right. She was one of our first customers, and she came in and bought a car for herself. And I took care of her, gave her a good deal, very fair. Like back then, we could charge like 27% interest. This was back like in the 90s. Late 90s. And you could literally, it's hard to be a used car dealer and be a good guy and do it, but
I know, yeah,
but it can be done, and that's what we did. So a year after she bought the first car, she rang me up and wanted to call a car for her granddaughter, who's graduating. So I get her to find the car. I'd go to an auction. She told me what she was roughly looking for, and I worked it out. We showed her several cars, and I went and bid, and we bought 3 of them that I'd picked for her, but she ended up buying one. Well, the day she came to get it with her kids, she was so excited, and she was so nice about me. She was so polite and nice. She's telling all her grandkids, Mr. Van Erdy here is a really nice guy. And I said, you don't have to call me Mr. Van Erdy. I'm Neil, man. I don't, or don't call me sir. Still have beards, I mean, I'm just a long-haired rock and roll guy. But she said, would you like to come to church with me this Sunday? And I said, I almost said, hell yeah. My normal heathen response, It was like watching the Reverend James and the Blues Brothers. I thought to myself, son, you need a little church or not. So,
right.
And I'm like always open to trying something new, go to a church I've never been to. I like people, and I don't have to necessarily sign up to still like them or to get a good piece of information. But so getting back to you, how long after you were playing the blues you would go to Nam? Like, did that happen prior or after?
Well, no, that's after. I said most of my childhood from the time I was 4 or 5 years old. Well, let's go back just a little bit. I can tell you a little bit about this. When I was about 10, 11, I used to sneak down on Beale Street. My daddy would not. Oh my God, he found that. Well, let's put it like this. He didn't know I was going down there because I had, back in the day, you put your garbage can up at the window and you sneak out and you sneak back in. Right.
It's alleged I've done that, but
exactly. And but But anyway, I just sneak down there, and man, I would tap dance and do all kind of little songs that I really knew, like "Oh Baby, You Don't Have to Go." Ka-plonk, ka-plonk, ka-plonk. I never really just knew a lot about playing the guitar. But anyway, make a long story short, one night my daddy caught me coming through the window, man. He and I guess it was about 11:30, 12 o'clock, you know. And he pulled me through this window, man. He says, "Boy, where have you been?" I says, "Dad." And I reached in my pocket and thinking, and I gave him all my money. And I had about $66 in change and dollars and stuff. And he looks at me and he says, "Wait." I said, "I've been on Bill's feet." He said, I've been trying to make some money. And he grabs my money. He says, "Just don't let me catch you down there."
He didn't mind taking that money, though.
Yeah, he didn't mind taking the money. Exactly.
Yeah, man, he had a good collection for the church that day. Maybe a little better. Maybe some groceries. Who knows? You know.
Exactly.
I mean,
you know, but after that, like I said, like I said, but I didn't play any more than blues until I got out of the Navy, and I spent about 8. I spent the first 8 in the Navy, then went back in for reserves for about 6 years after I had got out the first time, and. But then
did you play in the military with any of your friends?
Every now and then I would do a USO something. We go. It wasn't like, you know, we pull into a port or something. We go to the USO club, and they would have drums there. They would have a guitar or two that didn't have no strings on it, or had maybe 5 strings on it, you know, something, you know. But I would pick the guitar up and every now and then, but I really didn't do any just playing, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
You know.
Gotcha.
Until I got out.
I know my 2 cohorts here have some questions for you.
Hey, all right, guys.
I'm gonna just step out and let you. I'm gonna, you know, powder my nose and do all those things. I'm looking a little shiny.
I'm looking a little shiny myself, don't I?
Oh, who cares? You know, this is rock and roll, man.
All right.
You want rock and roll front row? You got it. Here's Sam and Irish.
Hey, how you, Sam and Irish? How you doing, guys?
Good.
Hey, how are you?
Good, man. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys too. I can't complain for an old man. You know, I'm still kicking.
It don't help anyway when you do.
That's right, because ain't nobody listening no way.
Sam, take off, man.
What you got, Sam?
Hey, so I'm excited to meet you, though. I've been hearing a lot about you. Neil's been telling me about you for about a week.
Okay.
I didn't catch. Where are you coming from this morning?
Well, I'm in Arlington, Virginia. I'm right here on the East Coast. I'm right here in the they call it the Merrill Martin DC, Virginia. Anyway, I can get to DC in like 5 minutes, and I can get to Maryland in like 10 or 15 minutes, you know. So the Delmarva, they call it. Yeah.
All right, you're at the hub.
Arlington, Virginia. I find that this right where I'm at now is, for me as a blues guy, I think I can make more money from here, from New York to on down the, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's gorgeous out there. And plus, anywhere that you're on the East Coast, you're going to find blues fans.
Exactly.
Here.
Exactly.
Kingfish is probably one of my current absolute favorites.
That boy is awesome. He is
Kingfish.
oh, yeah. He's going to be a bad boy one of these days. I mean, he's a bad boy now. I mean, oh, yeah.
Is there any other way to play?
What?
Is there any other way to play?
No, not really.
They all got it from me.
That's right.
Right. The young cat's got to get it somewhere.
That's right. Well, I'm really just glad that a lot of the young guys are trying to, you know, keep the blues going, because, like I said, one thing about the blues, and I can tell you this: you can be 100 years old and you can play the blues. There's no cutoff on the blues now. I know Beyonce gonna be out one of these days. She's gonna be too old to do what she does. But the blues, you can sit down and you can play it till you die. You know what I mean? You know,
absolutely.
Classic storytelling. I mean, any genre always has their core basis, whether it's blues, rock, country. It doesn't really matter. You're always able to tell your stories through music, and it always comes through better because people can relate to it.
That's right, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Here in Nashville, we've got a huge blues scene, and
well, see, I'm from Memphis, so if you're in Nashville, so you're right down the street from me. I call it right down the street from me.
Yeah.
So it's 199 miles to my door.
Yeah,
that's where I'm from, originally from. So, do you live in Nashville now? Are you
Yes.
from originally from
I'm not
Nashville?
from Nashville originally. I'm from Southeast Kentucky originally. I came down here for music. Been down here for the last like 3-4 years now.
Wow. You're not gonna believe this. When I was in the Navy, I dated this girl from a little place called Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and it was up on like a mountain. And child, she was cornbread fed. She was like, this girl was like, you ever see a Little Abner?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this girl was fine. It's pretty. She was, and I used to. Her brothers and sister. She took me home with her one time, and her dad came out like, "How you doing, son?" He said, "Where you from?" I said, "I'm from Tennessee." He said, "Treat my daughter right now. Treat my daughter right." I said, and her little sister and brother, they was coming up to me like trying to figure out, could this black come off?
Oh hell no!
But this was back in the 70s, and here I am. I had to be crazy riding with a white girl all over the South. You know what I'm saying? Me and her, together. This was in the 70s. You know what I mean? So I had to be crazy. But I'm still here.
You just thinking with your other parts. That's okay.
That's right.
That's what we do, Sam. That's what we do.
It's a one that thinks and one that stinks, huh?
It just goes back to it again. I mean, if you look at this, just these three people right here,
you
want to talk about, music does diversity.
Oh man,
it is the universal language that brings us all together, man.
That's right, man. You cannot have anything better than music, and that's why I say that we people who are musicians, man, we got to get out there and just keep. I don't want to get into politics, but we got to keep people sane.
Pressure on. Keep people sane.
Yeah.
If people spend more time listening to music,
that's the gel that holds our community together.
Without it, we are done.
That's exactly right.
Two things that affect people in modern time, and that is pop culture and non-fictional media. So the news.
Yeah, that's fake
that
news.
was not trustworthy anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
We have the ability to affect people as artists.
And what happened to giving a person your word? You know what I mean? My word is my bond. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
if I tell you a chicken dip snuff, you better look up in his wing and find the box. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? So
I like that one.
Yeah, man. But that's what we got to do. And like I said, the only way we can do it is music. I'm doing some, and I'd love to open up for some of you big time rock guys. And that's another thing, because I think it ought to be more. I know some big guys, big names out there, but I think they should pull some of those guys up by their bootstraps. And see, I have never wanted to give all my money to some record label. So I've been doing my thing all these years, man, just penny by penny by penny by penny. And I don't have a lot of money, but I made a kind of a reputation for myself, especially overseas. I've been to 48 countries playing the blues. I'm on the cover of the 4 oldest blues magazines in the world. And I made it before James Brown and Ike Turner. They had to die in order to get on the cover of these magazines. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man.
God has been good to me, man. And we got to stay focused. You know, and help people. You know, you got to pull somebody up, man. You know, and so
man, I love this guy.
Yeah.
You know, everybody always says that, oh, blacks and whites, we don't get along. And I'm like, I just don't see it in my day to day. I know there's some people who are foolish on both sides.
Yeah,
but I got no.
That's what they want, though. That's what
division,
social conflict is what everybody above us in the administration wants. They want
that is called the overlay for the underplay.
Exactly.
They want it to seem like we're at each other's throats as well, because the news will make it seem like something is so much worse when it's actually not, and then it causes a problem that actually does make something
right. And I tell a lot of people, my daddy told me this. He said, son, you got 12 months of the year. He said you got 6 months to mind your own business and 6 months to leave everybody's business alone. So
an old blues man once told me, he said, and I've always remembered it because it was one of those moments. He said, son, if you don't want to get in trouble in this life, he said, don't mess with a man, his money, or his manhood.
That's right.
And I just went, man, my family didn't have any kind of cool saying like that. It was so succinct, easy to remember, and just like, it's like Chris Rock says, if you don't want to get your ass kicked by the police, don't open your window with, "Hey, motherfucker."
That's right.
And then the guy starts clubbing him, drags him out, and then he goes back. Have you seen the bit? It's like funny.
I'm going to tell you, as a black guy, I have never had problems with the police. Why? Because I know how to say, I'm a Southern boy. And when it's time for me to tell me to kick my ass out of a jam, I know how to say, yes, sir. No, sir. I sit up in my seat. I don't sit back in my seat talking about.
Got your hands where you can see them, you know?
Exactly.
Me too.
And I've been into some of the most uncomfortable positions as a black guy all down through the South because I grew up in the South. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you know what I do.
Yeah.
Those crackers who don't like black people are fucking
you just have to know
real
how to get
nasty
along
people.
Yeah, you know how to get along. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Most blacks and whites, though, that I know in the South who are lower middle class and poor people, they get along great.
Yeah, man.
It's the people who are kind of like well-off, middle class. It's like in the Communist Party. It was all intellectual rich kids who wanted to kill parents.
Exactly.
You know, and today the people who really want to do us damage. But how about this? Instead of talking about all this negativity, you want to play a little bit?
Let's play some.
Let's play some,
man. The thing
man.
that I love about Nashville too is he's getting his guitar. Is we have such a diverse and inclusive just culture and community down here. Like, I love Kentucky, but I'm very glad I don't live there anymore.
Oh yeah.
I love it's gonna get better though. It's gonna get better. Things are gonna get better. Trust me. Right now, we think every so often shit just gets all messed up. I don't care who it is because the devil or whatever that bad energy. I want to say the devil because I don't know what it is, but whatever that bad energy that covers that cloud sometimes. When those clouds go away and you see the sun, man, it's a good feeling, ain't it?
But that goes back to the music. I mean, you know, we're glued together by music.
That's right. That's right. Are y'all ready for this?
We are ready to hear. All right, everybody.
If I would, I'd like to tell you still kind of a story. I don't know if you can see me. Can you see me pretty good?
Oh, I see you pretty good.
Well. See, there, like we were talking about, there are two entities when I grew up. The one was on Friday night. Man, you was gonna go to a juke joint, man, and you was gonna get down. Now, this is what kind of music you played. I heard when I go to a juke joint. Now, next day when you get ready to go to church on Sunday, now, after working hard all week, you want to go back to the juke joint. I'm back at church. Now that's the difference between a juke joint. Like you said earlier, there wasn't that much difference between gospel music and juke joint music. I mean, all the changes are pretty much the same, but that's kind of give you a different a style of both. One on Friday night, black folks gonna go and they're gonna be at them juke joints, and on Sunday they're gonna be at church. So that kind of give you a little bit of something.
That sounds good. Well, how about play us a couple of that? Just pick something you really like playing.
All right. Well, let me give
it about 10,000.
I wish I had that 10,000. But I tell you what though, do you let me see. Can I retune for a second? You give me
Of course. And by the way, our friend Sam had to leave. She's going to meet the governor today.
Get it, Sammy. Get it.
Kick its ass, girl.
It's always amazing to me, 12 notes in the musical scale. And so much can be said with those 12 notes.
Oh,
and
man.
Also, man, special holler to Toby today. How you doing, babe?
Toby, we love you, girl. You know what? I got to say something for everybody out there. If you don't know Toby Simmons, you should. She's just exceptional, and we love her. You know, she does an awful lot. Here he goes.
Are y'all ready? Let's see.
I'm absolutely ready. All right, everybody. Here we are. Some more Memphis Gold.
I try to get it there.
For everybody watching, he's doing an open tuning. I don't know, is it drop D? What are you doing?
Well, yeah, I was a drop D tuning, but I'm back in. I think I'm back with the regular tuning. All right, here we go.
Neil, we lost him.
I know his mic's muted. Shit.
Bring us back up.
Hold on. Shit, this is bad. Hold on. Okay, everybody watching, we just his mic is dropped. We're going to go ahead and get him on. Oh, well, what's happening here? Hell, I could sit in. I can put him back on. We're going to get him a. Yeah, I know it's past the hour, Irish. I hate it when this happens. That's one problem this program has. We can't alert him. Oh, I can. Hang on. I'm going to send him a note on the screen here and see if that'll get him.
Oh, while you're doing that, you know, again, Sam, good luck. Go get it. Go kill it. We freaking love you. We're proud of you. Everybody here, so glad you're here. And you know he's just jamming away too.
I know it's killing me because I can see he's tearing the neck off it, and I don't.
Yeah, we got to get him back on anyway.
I've tried. Yeah, we're just letting go, people. For anybody watching you, we have our great friend Memphis Gold on with us this morning, and he's doing a great job with no mic on. I'm going to bring him back. Ike, I mean, your mic's off on your phone. Just, oh, there it goes. It's still off. Poor guy.
He's muted. Can you unmute him?
I tried. It's on his end. You're muted on your end. There you are. All right. Hey, man, we got to get you to play the whole thing.
Let me go back.
Take us out, man. Take us out.
Happened, and I got to go back in and get it.
Do they see you?
Yeah, they see me. Let me see. Copy, man. I did all that playing for nothing. I think.
Yeah, but that's all right. We're going to have you play.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Copy. Okay. Okay, copy, man.
All right, then testing. Can you hear me before I start back?
Okay.
All right, there he is. I hear you.
Sure.
Hey, man. Memphis. He'll be back. While we're waiting, let's just remove he's got an empty space. There it is. There he is. There he goes. There he is.
Oh, my gracious. I did all that playing, man. You know what?
Yeah, I know. You know what?
Listen,
I was setting you perfectly up. I had a train track.
If we were doing charades, I would say he's playing the blues.
Pretend. Is he playing the blues or gospel tonight?
No, it was very
yeah,
baby. The blues there. I know that face.
All right. Let's try that again, everybody.
You want to try?
Yeah, man.
Well,
here we go.
Here we go. Look, let me give you a little hint of this song. Is called. I wrote this song probably when I was in the Navy, up on the 01 level, and it was called "I Got a Whole Lot of Woman." Y'all start messing with me. Here we go.
Ooh, I like the big girl.
Here we go. got a whole lot of woman. Y'all stop messing with me. I got a whole lot of woman. Y'all stop messing with me. I got a whole lot of woman, and I love her, can't you see? I did not make her. She made herself. She sits at the table and eats herself to death. I got a whole lot of woman. Y'all stop messing with me. I got a whole lot of woman, and I love her, can't you see? She puts ice in my coffee, sugar in my tank. This fat woman got me so I can't hardly think. I got a whole lot of woman. Y'all stop messing with me. I got a whole lot of woman, and I love her, can't you see? And one more thing. I may not have a nickel. She may not have a dime. But one thing for sure, this fat woman is mine. I got a whole lot of woman. Y'all stop messing with me. I got a whole lot of woman, and I love her, can't you see? I did not make her. She made herself. She sits at the table and eats herself to death. I got a whole lot of woman. Y'all stop messing with me. I got a whole lot of woman, and I love her, can't you see? You know what? She
Tell me
put
what.
ice in my coffee, sugar in my tank. This fat woman got me so I can't hardly think. I got a whole lot of woman. Y'all stop messing with me. I got a whole lot of woman, and I love her, can't you see? And what? I may not have a nickel, she may not have a dime. But one thing for sure, this fat woman is mine. I got a whole lot of woman. Y'all stop messing with me. I got a whole lot of woman, and I love her, can't you see?
All right, man. Yeah, you're just so killer, my friend.
Well,
I love a whole lot of woman. More to love, baby.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. And like I said, these old hands ain't young as they used to be, but you know, I had to. It's like a
I just commented. Your sweeps are tight as hell, man.
Well, thank you, man. Well, thank
Absolutely.
you, thank you. Well, you know, it's like I really don't play as fast as I used to. I try not to because there was an old man told me, said, son. Now he said, son. He said, let's don't run down there and get them old cows. Let's walk down there and knock them all down.
Do them all. That's right. Exactly, mate. Well, listen, we're on. Would you mind to play a little? We got to go to a break real quick. Would you mind to play a little bit more?
Sure. I sure would, man. No problem.
Our show, we technically say it's an hour on Friday. But I always like to know in my mind, we will let no show stop before it's time.
Well, that's right. Can you hear me good? Can you hear everything I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
You really. What kind of guitar are you playing?
Man, that's old Talking Man right now. I got a couple, 2 or 3 of them over in the corner, man. I guess I say more than 2 or 3 of them, but I got quite a few. But I just kind of pulled this old thing out off the rack.
They're nice guitars. I got a Talking Man too. I think they're pretty decent, you know.
Yeah,
For the price point, man. How the hell you go wrong with a guitar like that?
That's right. My wife told me, "Do I need an amp?" Come on, Bob. We're not doing amp thing. I don't need my little amp, sweetheart.
Why don't bring the missus on? See if she'd like to join us. Say hello.
Okay. Well, hold on. See. She. No. Look at the She just want to see you. No. No, she said, "Oh no." She just.
Oh no. She's heard about my reputation, obviously. Hey, girl, what's happening?
No, that's she's running, man.
My girlfriend do the same thing. She'll be out of here quick as a rat. All I got to do is say I'm going to turn the camera on her. She's like, oh!
Exactly.
All right, everybody watching, we're going to have Memphis right back, and we're going to run an ad real quick. I'm going to go to a commercial real quick, buddy.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Be right back.
Man.
All right.
Right back.
That's RAT Redback.
All right. Let's see who we have here.
Hi, this is Leland Sklar, and I am hanging with Neve, and I am having the best time of my life.
Live with Neve Fridays on the East Coast from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Hey everybody, this is Steve from Reach for the Sky, along with Jay from Reach for the Sky. And you're listening live with Neve.
Andreas Hellqvist. This is Daniel Olsson, and we're live with Neve and having a great time.
All right. The one and only Andreas Hellqvist from Norway, my buddy and partner in crime sometime overseas.
I tell you that the shows that's been coming from his side. Oh,
man, he's a badass. The guy plays B3 with his feet.
The dude is bad.
He can get up and do it himself and just entertain you, or he can get up with his drummer, or he can get his drummer, his bass, his sax player, and when he gets his female singer in there, it's like some really, if you like that B3 jazz from the 60s, Green Onions, the guy's just a badass. Yeah. Plus, classical, he's just a brilliant guy. And we're glad. I was just tickled pink. He did a little jingle for me. It made my day when he sent it on. Good guy.
Yeah.
So listen, what do you want to play?
Well, it's a little ballad, man. That I learned. This is one of the first songs that I ever learned when I was about real. You get to learn your chords and stuff like that. But this song, I probably was about 14, and I really wanted to learn this song because I wanted to sing it to this girl who was about 15. I always did like older women, you know what I'm saying? So she was about 15, 16. I'm 14 at the time. And but her parents didn't like me because they thought I had this really he's too handsome. He's got dimples. You don't want to trust him, you know what I mean?
Never trust a guy with dimples.
Yeah, exactly.
No. You seem like such a nice, personable guy, and I don't think that came about overnight. You know, I don't know. I tell you, I've seen some of the kids my daughter drug home. One of them. I'm like, come on in, man. What's up, dude? You know, I'd be like, this guy's a nice dude. What the hell, you know?
Well, even though I was trying, to doing Philly, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, I was still a nice guy, you know. Tell me what man didn't do a little Philly when he's a little boy, you know what I mean? You know.
Absolutely.
Right. But anyway,
there's allegations that I deny. I do not recall.
Here we go. Do not incriminate yourself on live TV. Nick.
That's right. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
After my last show where we talked about shit like this, my friend who's a lawyer was like, "You really need to remember the statute of limitations."
Right.
And I'm like, "Damn, who would have known?" I mean, I'd do anything that bad. I really, there was no heavy time involved. You know,
well, the old phrase, "Loose lips sink ships."
That's right. That's
indeed.
Right. Well, anyway, this song I was doing what it was going. I was trying to tell this girl, you know, that I needed to see her. You know what I mean? The name of it is "I've Got to See You," and you guys got to listen to this song because it's not a really tearjerker, but it'll make you think about it. You know what I mean?
Let's get it, man.
All right, let's get it. Here we go. I've got to see you. Somehow, not tomorrow, but right now. I know it's late. I can't wait. Come on and steal away. Please, little girl, still away. And I know it's wrong asking this of you, but there's no other way I can be with you. Yes, only your folks would approve. Don't you know it's things like this? Yeah, we wouldn't have to do. And oh, I won't tell. I won't tell anybody else. I'm gonna keep it to myself, I know it's late, I can't wait. Come on and still away, please, still away. I like to play a little bit for you if I can.
Oh yeah, I'm digging it.
And I know it's wrong asking this of you, but there's no other way I can be with you. Yeah, if only your folks would approve. Don't you know it seems like this we wouldn't have to do. You know, I won't tell anybody else. I'm gonna keep it to myself. I know it's late, I can't wait. Come on, little girl. Come on, my little darling. Come on and still away. All right.
Man, well, that is excellent. I'll tell you what, we have 4 minutes left. Would you like to play one more song? Because I'm enjoying hearing you more than me talking, I can tell you.
Here we go. This is a song I always sing, I used to do in the church.
All right, all right.
Well, when the saints go marching in, or when them saints go marching in, oh Lord, I won't be in that number. Well, when the saints go marching in, or when the saints go marching in, or when them saints go marching in, oh Lord, I won't be in that number. Oh, when the saints go marching in. And one more thing. Oh, when they crown him Lord of all. Oh, when they crown him Lord of all. Oh Lord, I won't be in that number. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Here we go, fellas. Well, when the saints go marching